Imagine waking up tomorrow and feeling unstoppable, like everything you touch turns into progress. That feeling isn't magic. It's the power of massive productivity. And the secret, as Jim Rohn would say, isn't just in doing more. It's in doing the right things consistently with intention. Think about it. A river carves through mountains not because of sheer force, but because it keeps flowing. That's your day, your time, your effort. Small drops, when aligned, create unstoppable momentum. Here's the thing most people get wrong. They chase business, not progress. They fill their schedules with tasks that scream important, but whisper irrelevant. True productivity is selective, knowing what matters, what brings you closer to your goals, and ruthlessly protecting that focus. It's the compound effect in action. 10 minutes of deliberate learning today may not feel like much, but a year from now, it's the difference between being average and being exceptional. And here's the kicker. Discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. Freedom from chaos, freedom from regret, freedom from wondering. What if, when you master yourself, your habits, and your routines, you unlock a force multiplier? Your energy, creativity, and output surge. Suddenly, projects that seemed impossible are achievable. Deadlines become opportunities. Obstacles become stepping stones. So, don't wait for motivation to strike. Don't wait for the perfect day or the right mood. Start small, start now, and focus on what truly counts. Remember, productivity isn't a sprint, it's a lifestyle. Grow yourself, align your actions, and watch your results multiply beyond your imagination. Massive productivity isn't just a goal. It's the natural consequence of becoming the best version of yourself. Think about the way most people approach their day. They wake up, rush through breakfast, check emails, scroll through social media, and dive straight into a whirlwind of tasks, believing that the busier they are, the more productive they must be. They wear their business like a badge of honor, as if exhaustion equates to accomplishment. But here's the hard truth. Working harder doesn't automatically mean working better. In fact, it's entirely possible to be extremely busy and achieve very little of real significance. Productivity isn't about filling your schedule to the brim or celebrating how many things you can check off a list. True productivity is about focusing your energy on the things that truly move the needle, the tasks that create meaningful results, the actions that build momentum in your life. Imagine a man with a wheelbarrow full of sand. He pushes it from dawn to dusk, drenched in sweat, believing he's doing a monumental job. Yet when he looks back at the path he has traveled, the sand is scattered everywhere, the wheelbarrow never fully emptied, and the progress is minimal. That man represents the person who works hard, but without direction. Now imagine another man, same wheelbarrow, same sweat, but with a plan, a clear path, and the discipline to push only the wheelbarrow that matters most. He reaches the destination efficiently, with less effort, and achieves far more. That's the essence of working smarter. Working smarter begins with clarity. You have to know exactly what matters. Not every task is created equal. Not every email demands an immediate response. Not every meeting is essential, and not every urgent request will have a lasting impact. The first step toward massive productivity is ruthlessly identifying the few tasks that carry the greatest weight, the actions that contribute directly to your goals, your vision, your success. Jim Rohn often emphasized the power of priorities, reminding us that if you focus on the wrong things, your business becomes a form of procrastination. It's not about doing everything. It's about doing what counts most. Once clarity is established, focus becomes the engine that drives productivity. The world is full of distractions, from notifications to gossip, from multitasking to the endless noise of opinions and advice. Every time we divide our attention, we lose momentum. When you focus on the most important task, when you give it your full energy and presence, something remarkable happens. Hours stretch like magic, ideas flow effortlessly, and your results multiply. The secret is not in quantity, but in quality. The quality of attention, the quality of effort, the quality of thought applied to the right endeavor. Another critical element of working smarter is leverage. This is about using tools, systems, and strategies that amplify your effort without increasing the hours you spend. Technology, delegation, automation, and smart planning are all forms of leverage. Imagine a small lever that allows you to lift a massive rock with minimal effort. That's what leveraging your time and resources does. It turns small, intelligent actions into disproportionately large results. Someone who understands leverage can achieve in one focused hour what might take another person an entire day of scattered, inefficient work. But perhaps the most overlooked aspect of productivity is energy management. We often talk about time management, but time is finite. Energy is the real currency. Working smarter means recognizing when your energy is at its peak and aligning your most important tasks with those moments. It means taking care of your body, your mind, and your spirit so that your effort is multiplied by vitality. A sharp mind and a healthy body can accomplish in a few hours what fatigue and distraction would stretch into days. Productivity is not just a function of effort. It's a function of energy applied intelligently to meaningful work. Finally, working smarter requires reflection and continuous improvement. At the end of each day, pause and ask yourself, did I focus on what truly matters? Did I make meaningful progress, or did I get lost in the busy work? Successful people regularly evaluate their actions, learn from mistakes, and refine their approach. Productivity is a habit, not a one-time effort. It grows through discipline, through intentional decisions, and through the constant pursuit of better methods. The small adjustments compound over time, and before you know it, the results of your smart, focused work become monumental. So, when we talk about productivity, remember this, it's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about clarity over chaos, focus over distraction, leverage over brute force, energy over exhaustion, and reflection over mindless repetition. The person who masters these principles doesn't just get more done. They get the right things done. They turn days into achievements, effort into results, and ambition into reality. Productivity is a formula, but it's not complicated. It's deliberate, intentional, and profoundly empowering. Those who understand this secret are the ones who rise above mediocrity, who transform their dreams into tangible outcomes, and who create a life of impact and fulfillment. Think about a tiny seed buried in the soil. At first, nothing seems to happen. Days pass, weeks pass, and the seed seems like it's doing nothing. But under the surface, roots are quietly spreading, absorbing nutrients, anchoring themselves firmly. The stem is forming, the energy is building, preparing for the day it will break through the surface and grow into a mighty tree. Success works in exactly the same way. Most people expect overnight results. They want instant recognition, rapid wealth, or immediate breakthroughs. They overlook the invisible work, the small, consistent actions that compound quietly over time. They forget that massive results are rarely the product of a single giant effort. They are the outcome of small, repeated actions aligned with purpose, executed consistently over months and years. Jim Rohn emphasized this principle time and again. He often said that success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. It's not flashy. It's not dramatic. There is no headline-grabbing breakthrough at first. But that's the beauty of compounding. Each small effort, each disciplined action is like a drop of water filling a reservoir. Alone, it might seem insignificant. But over time, those drops accumulate into a force so powerful that it reshapes everything in its path. Think of it like interest on money in a bank. A small deposit grows slowly at first, almost imperceptibly, but as it compounds, it eventually becomes extraordinary. The same principle applies to knowledge. skills, habits, and character. The secret to extraordinary success is consistency. The challenge is that consistency requires patience. Our modern culture glorifies speed, instant gratification, and overnight success. Social media highlights someone's achievements without showing the years of preparation. The early mornings, the late nights, the setbacks, the learning, and the failures that led to those moments. This creates a dangerous misconception that success should happen quickly. But the truth is that the real power of success lies in persistence, in showing up every day, even when it seems like nothing is happening. The small actions you take today may feel invisible, but they are laying the foundation for your future, shaping the person you will become and the results you will achieve. Every habit you build is a seed. Reading for 15 minutes a day expands your knowledge in ways you cannot measure in the short term. Exercising regularly strengthens your body and sharpens your mind. Writing a few sentences toward a project every day turns into chapters, plans, and eventually completed goals. Networking, showing up, improving your craft, and learning from mistakes all accumulate. Individually, these actions may seem minor, almost trivial, but the compound effect of these habits over months and years creates momentum so strong that it propels you past obstacles, competitors, and self-doubt. It turns ordinary efforts into extraordinary results. Another aspect of the compound effect is the exponential impact of choices. One good decision, repeated consistently, can transform your life. One bad decision, repeated consistently, can erode your progress faster than you realize. That is why it's not enough to work hard once in a while or to be disciplined sporadically. The magic happens when consistency meets quality choices. Choosing to invest in yourself daily, to learn a new skill, to take steps toward your goals, to maintain integrity, to surround yourself with positive influences. These are the decisions that compound over time into massive success. Failure and setbacks are also part of the process, but even they compound in a positive way when approached with the right mindset. Every mistake, every obstacle, every no is a lesson that builds resilience, sharpens strategy, and strengthens character. Success is rarely a straight path. It zigzags, it loops, it tests your commitment. But the people who understand the compound effect keep moving forward, trusting that each small step, each correction, each adjustment is contributing to the final outcome that will eventually exceed their expectations. The remarkable thing about the compound effect is that it favors those who are patient, deliberate, and consistent. You don't need massive bursts of effort or extraordinary talent at first. You need a daily commitment, a routine that reinforces your goals, and a belief that the process, however slow, is producing results. Over time, the snowball grows, and the seemingly small efforts of yesterday become the extraordinary achievements of tomorrow. Every page read, every skill practiced, every task completed, and every intentional action taken compounds into momentum that can't be stopped. So when you think about your goals, don't measure your progress by what happens today or even this week. Measure it by the actions you take consistently, by the habits you build, by the discipline you maintain. Understand that success is not a single moment of brilliance, but a series of small, smart, consistent choices that, over time, lead to extraordinary outcomes. The compound effect is the silent force that separates those who dream from those who achieve, those who start from those who finish, those who aspire from those who attain. Every day, every choice, every action matters. What you do now consistently shapes everything that comes after. Imagine a car with a powerful engine, but worn-out tires, a rusty chassis, and low fuel. No matter how much horsepower it has, it will never reach its potential. Your productivity works in the same way. No matter how motivated or hardworking you are, if your personal growth is stagnant and your discipline is weak, your results will always fall short of what you're capable of achieving. Personal growth and discipline are the hidden engines that power massive productivity. They are the forces that turn raw effort into meaningful, sustained results. When you focus on becoming better, mentally, emotionally, and skillfully, you unlock a capacity for productivity that feels effortless because it is built on a foundation of strength and self-mastery. Jim Rohn often said that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But even more importantly, you are the product of the knowledge, habits, and attitudes you cultivate daily. Personal growth is about intentionally shaping those influences, feeding your mind with the right ideas, seeking mentors, learning continuously, and adopting habits that elevate your life. It's not something that happens passively. It's an active choice to read when others watch TV, to practice when others rest, to improve when others remain comfortable. Every moment you invest in yourself multiplies the value of every hour you work. Growth is like sharpening a tool. The sharper you are, the more effective your effort becomes, and the faster you cut through obstacles that would slow or stop others. Discipline is the other half of the equation. Growth without discipline is like having a powerful engine without a key to start it. Discipline is what keeps you consistent when motivation fades, when the initial excitement of a goal wears off, and when life throws distractions, challenges, and temptations in your path. Discipline is choosing to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's the quiet force behind every great achievement, the invisible thread that connects small daily actions to monumental results. Without discipline, even the smartest plans, the best ideas, and the strongest ambitions remain dormant. With it, even ordinary individuals can achieve extraordinary outcomes. The combination of growth and discipline creates a compounding effect on productivity. When you grow, you expand your capabilities, your thinking, and your vision. When you pair that growth with disciplined action, your output increases exponentially. You don't just get more done, you get better results, faster results, and more meaningful results. Think about someone who invests an hour a day in learning a new skill. Alone, it's a small effort. Paired with discipline, that hour becomes a habit. Over months and years, that person develops expertise, solves problems more efficiently, innovates solutions others cannot, and delivers work at a level that seems almost effortless compared to their past self. Growth fuels capability, and discipline fuels execution. Together, they are unstoppable. Self-awareness is also a crucial part of this engine. Productivity isn't just about doing more, it's about doing better. When you grow personally, you learn to understand your strengths and weaknesses, your peak energy periods, your focus triggers, and your productivity pitfalls. You learn which tasks to delegate, which habits to refine, and which distractions to eliminate. Discipline ensures that you act on these insights consistently, turning knowledge into tangible, measurable progress. The more you know about yourself, the smarter you work, and the more strategic your efforts become. Personal growth and discipline transform not just what you do, but how you do it, making every action more powerful and every decision more impactful. Another key aspect is resilience. Life will test you, and productivity is often challenged by circumstances beyond your control. Growth equips you with the mindset, skills, and perspective to navigate these challenges. Discipline ensures that you keep moving forward despite setbacks, fatigue, or doubt. Together, they create an unshakable engine that drives results even when the environment is difficult, noisy, or uncertain. Most people quit or slow down at the first sign of resistance, but those who cultivate growth and discipline move through obstacles with focus and momentum, turning adversity into opportunity. Finally, personal growth and discipline are inherently linked to long-term fulfillment. Productivity is not just about getting things done, it's about creating impact, achieving meaningful goals, and living a life aligned with your values. When you invest in yourself and maintain discipline, Your work becomes a reflection of your highest potential. You not only produce more, but you produce at a level that inspires influences and leaves a lasting mark. This is the secret that separates ordinary achievers from extraordinary ones. The output is merely a byproduct of the inner development and consistent effort that is cultivated daily, quietly, and intentionally. So, if you want to truly unlock massive productivity, start with yourself. Commit to personal growth. Expand your mind, sharpen your skills, and strengthen your character. Couple that with unwavering discipline. Show up, follow through, and stay consistent. Growth provides the fuel, discipline turns the ignition, and together they propel you toward results that exceed what you ever imagined. The more you improve yourself, the more naturally your output soars, the more effortlessly you achieve your goals, and the more unstoppable you become in transforming your vision into reality now. Take a moment and imagine your life 1 year from today. Picture it in vivid detail. Are you closer to the dreams that excite you? Are you living a version of yourself that you're proud of? Or are you standing in the same place, wishing you had started sooner, wishing you had tried harder, wishing someone had told you the secret to success? Let me tell you something, the secret isn't out there. It isn't hidden in some shortcut or some overnight trick. The secret has always been inside you, waiting for you to act. It's waiting for you to choose growth, to embrace discipline, and to take the small, consistent actions that lead to massive results. You see, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. We all face the same uncertainties, the same distractions, the same challenges. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't luck. It isn't privilege. It isn't who they know. It's the choices they make every single day, even when no one is watching, even when it seems like the world isn't noticing, even when the progress feels invisible. It's the decision to get up, to focus, to grow, to push forward. Jim Rohn said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. That bridge is built one plank at a time with effort, consistency, and belief. Imagine sitting down tonight and thinking about what you could have done today to move closer to your goal. Did you take that small step? Did you learn that new skill? Reach out to that mentor. Write that page, make that call? If the answer is no, that's okay, because today isn't gone. But tomorrow is waiting. Tomorrow is a new opportunity. And if you embrace it with intentionality, with purpose, with discipline, you will begin to feel the ripple effect. Those ripples grow. Those small steps compound. And before you know it, the life you imagined is no longer a dream, it's your reality. Ask yourself, what am I willing to do today that my future self will thank me for? Because every choice, every action, every habit is either an investment or a withdrawal. Every minute spent learning, growing, and taking meaningful action adds interest to your life's account. Every hour wasted in distraction, procrastination, or indecision subtracts from the wealth of your potential. The math is simple, but the power is extraordinary. You don't need to make huge leaps overnight. You need to make small, intelligent, consistent choices and let the compound effect do the rest. Now, I want you to visualize your goals, not just the big ones, but the small steps that lead there. Who do you need to become to achieve them? What habits do you need to build? What knowledge do you need to gain? What discipline do you need to cultivate? The answer is clear. You need to invest in yourself relentlessly and without excuses. You need to master your mind, your time, and your energy. You need to understand that your productivity is not measured by business, but by meaningful progress. Focus on what matters, ignore the noise, and relentlessly pursue the actions that move the needle in your life. Let me challenge you with this question. Are you willing to push yourself today in ways you didn't think you could to see results that will amaze you tomorrow? Because here's the truth, success doesn't wait. Opportunity doesn't knock twice. time doesn't pause. The moment you decide to take control of your growth, your discipline, and your focus, that moment becomes the turning point. That's when the invisible forces of compound effect, personal growth, and strategic action align to propel you forward faster than you ever imagined. Think about the people you admire most. The ones who inspire you, who seem unstoppable, who achieve extraordinary things. None of them got there by accident. They got there by showing up day after day, by learning when others ignored lessons, by working smarter when others only worked harder, by staying disciplined when distractions screamed louder than ambition. They understood the formula and they lived it. And so can you. You don't need permission. You don't need luck, and you don't need someone to hold your hand. You need commitment, courage, and consistency. And here's the most powerful part. Once you commit to this formula, productivity stops being a chore and starts being a lifestyle. It stops being about effort and starts being about momentum. It stops being about the tasks on your list and starts being about the results in your life. Every action you take compounds, every habit you build multiplies, and every bit of growth you invest in yourself returns exponentially. You become unstoppable, not because the world changed, but because you changed. Not because opportunities suddenly appear, but because you became the person capable of seizing them. So, here's my challenge to you starting right now. Make the decision to act. Commit to clarity, focus, and prioritizing what truly matters. Commit to taking consistent small steps that compound into massive results. Commit to personal growth and discipline as the engines of your productivity. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for inspiration. Don't wait for motivation to find you. It's already inside you. You just have to unleash it. Take control of your life, invest in yourself, and watch as the impossible becomes possible. The dreams you've been longing for become reality, and the life you deserve unfolds before your eyes. Remember, this massive productivity isn't about luck, talent, or circumstances. It's about choices, habits, and relentless commitment. It's about showing up, doing the work, and trusting the process. It's about becoming the best version of yourself and letting that version take action every single day. The results won't just appear. They will explode in ways you never imagined. The question is simple: will you take that first step today, or will you wait and wonder what could have been? The power is in your hands. The time is now, and the life you dream of is waiting for you to claim it.